Hello, and welcome to a journey that I promise you will never forget. We are about to explore a land that feels both ancient and brand new, a place where the stories of the earth are written in red dust and shimmering coastlines. I'm talking, of course, about Australia. It's a name that conjures up so many incredible images in our minds, doesn't it? We think of vast, sun-drenched landscapes stretching out to a brilliant blue sky. We picture iconic animals found nowhere else on the planet. We imagine vibrant cities buzzing with life and creativity, all nestled beside the sparkling ocean. Our journey into Australia's urban heart begins in Sydney, a city that needs no introduction. This is the place that often defines Australia for the rest of the world, and for good reason. A ferry ride from Circular Quay is an absolute must. As you glide across the waves, the city skyline unfolds before you in a stunning panorama. Welcome to Melbourne, Australia's capital of culture, coffee and cool. These narrow alleys, once used for service and carts, have been transformed into vibrant canvases for street art, secret bars, and some of the best coffee shops you will find anywhere in the world. Melbourne's obsession with coffee is legendary. It's a ritual, a passion, and a way of life. Stretching for over 2,300 kilometres along the Queensland coast, this is not a single reef, but a complex maze of nearly 3,000 individual reefs and 900 islands. The moment you dip your head beneath the surface is one you will never forget. Suddenly, you are weightless, floating in a world of impossible blues. At its very heart stands Uluru, a colossal sandstone monolith that rises dramatically from the flat desert floor. Watching the sunrise or sunset at Uluru is a truly magical, almost religious experience. Their stories, art, and traditions offer a perspective on the world that is deeply spiritual and humbling. To truly understand Australia, you must listen to these stories. The sight of a mob of kangaroos grazing peacefully at dusk, their powerful tails balancing their bodies, is a classic Australian scene that will stay with you forever. These adorable creatures are much harder to spot than kangaroos, as they spend most of their lives high up in the canopy of eucalyptus trees, sleeping for up to 20 hours a day. Swimming alongside one of these magnificent filter-feeding creatures, which can grow up to 18 meters long, is a bucket list experience that is both humbling and exhilarating. These puppies of the sea are incredibly curious and interactive. Once you are in the water, they will often swim right up to you, somersaulting, diving, and blowing bubbles in a joyful display of aquatic acrobatics. And honestly, no adventure is more iconically Australian than surfing. The feeling of gliding across the water is pure exhilaration. Travelling south along the coast from Melbourne, you will encounter one of the world's most spectacular coastal drives, the Great Ocean Road. The Larapinta Trail in the Northern Territory is one of Australia's most iconic long-distance hikes. The silence, the vastness of the sky, and the sheer ancient beauty of the landscape make the Larapinta a deeply spiritual and transformative journey. Australia gives you the space to breathe, to think, and to grow. It invites you to step out of your comfort zone and, in doing so, to find a stronger, more resilient, and more open-hearted version of yourself. On a visit to a local farmer's market in a small coastal town in New South Wales, I struck up a conversation with a man selling honey. He didn't just sell me a jar, he spent 10 minutes enthusiastically explaining the different flavours based on which native flowers his bees had visited. Not only did she give me perfect, detailed instructions, but she first insisted I come inside for a cold glass of homemade lemonade. Her simple act of kindness transformed a moment of frustration into one of the most heartwarming memories of my trip. I also remember an Indigenous guide in the Kimberley region, who shared with me not just the ancient stories of the Dreamtime, but his own personal story of reconnecting with his culture. His passion was not just for preserving the past, but for making it a living, breathing part of the present and future. Now that we've explored the incredible cities, landscapes, and adventures Australia has to offer, it's time for some practical advice to help you plan your perfect trip. The first question most people ask is, when is the best time to visit? Because Australia is a continent, there's no single answer. It truly depends on where you want to go. The country's seasons are the opposite of those in the Northern Hemisphere. Once you've decided when to go, the next challenge is figuring out how to get around this vast country. Flying is the most practical way to cover the long distances between major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. For shorter distances, or if you want to see the landscape unfold at a slower pace, driving is a fantastic option. Renting a car or a camper van gives you the ultimate freedom to explore at your own pace. Modern Australian cuisine, or MODOS, is all about fresh, high-quality, local ingredients prepared with influences from all over the world, particularly from Asia and the Mediterranean. With such an extensive coastline, it's no surprise that seafood is a national treasure. Australia is a world-renowned wine-producing nation. The country is home to over 60 designated wine regions, each with its own specialty. You can sip on a crisp Sauvignon Blanc from Margaret River, a bold Shiraz from the Barossa Valley, or a delicate Pinot Noir from Tasmania. The humble barbecue, or barbie, is a cherished social ritual. Public barbecues are available for free in most parks and beaches, and cooking up some sausages or steaks is a great way to live like a local. Ultimately, a journey through Australia is as much about the inner landscape as it is about the outer one. It's a place that challenges you, changes you, and allows you to discover a part of yourself you may not have known existed. I met a couple who had spent a month volunteering with a conservation project, helping to rehabilitate injured wildlife. That single act, they said, gave them more satisfaction than any promotion or material possession ever had. The real treasure of Australia is not just in its sights, but in its soul. A soul revealed through the warmth of its people and the quiet moments of connection. This land and its inhabitants have a way of leaving an indelible mark on your heart. So, here we are, at the end of our virtual tour, but at the very beginning of your potential adventure. We have shown you a land of dazzling cities and ancient landscapes, of thrilling encounters and heartwarming connections. We have given you the map, the tips, and the inspiration. Now, the rest of the story is yours to write. Australia is not a place to be simply observed through a screen. It is a world to be experienced with all your senses. Whatever your dream of Australia looks like, know that it is real and it is waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? The ancient land is calling. The vibrant cities are buzzing. The open road is beckoning. Your great Australian adventure is not a distant fantasy. It is a journey that is waiting for you to begin. Pack your bags, bring your sense of wonder, and come and say good day.